Hey, what's up, folks? If you're looking for the best bread maker machines, you've landed in the perfect spot. We've done the research to bring you the best bread maker machine options for this year. Considering price, performance, and usage scenarios, stick around to discover which bread maker machine is the best fit for you. You find all the product links with the best deals in the description box below. Our list is in no particular order, so be sure to stay tuned till the end. Let's get started. Number 1. Zojirushi Home Bakery Virtuoso Plus. Best overall bread maker machine. This powerhouse bread machine from Zojirushi was spot on with its mixing, kneading, stretching, and proofing. It baked up pillowy soft white and hearty rye breads. We appreciated its dual paddles and rectangular pan shape, which delivered easily sliceable and sandwich-friendly loaves. What we liked: the default white bread this model baked was truly exceptional. It had an open crumb that was tender and pillowy, and the loaf was the ideal shape for making a sandwich. This machine was the only model with a rectangular loaf pan, which was a boon. Because the dough was stretched lengthwise by the dual paddles, it didn't inhibit fermentation during proofing. We also appreciated the extra heating element in the lid for a more evenly baked crust. You can choose between 3 shades, light, medium, and dark, and the added programming settings like a delay timer. What we didn't like: there's no getting around it. This machine is big, heavy, and expensive. Number 2. Cuisinart Compact Automatic Bread Maker. Best budget bread maker machine. Even with its more compact size, this model from Cuisinart still produced well-mixed, perfectly proofed 2-pound loaves. It had built-in rest periods during kneading that allowed the dough to hydrate, helping to contribute to good gluten development and nicely risen loaves. It's also relatively inexpensive for a bread maker. What we liked: for a relatively inexpensive, fairly small machine, the Cuisinart Compact Automatic Bread Maker delivered great results. It was easy to use and baked consistently good bread. We particularly appreciated the mixing and kneading feature, which brought all the ingredients together swiftly and developed great gluten strength through a series of rests between kneading cycles. What we didn't like: the larger loaves were very tall, which made them harder to slice and more awkward to eat. We thought the white bread was a little dry, but that could likely be tweaked by adding more water. Number 3. Zojirushi Home Bakery Mini. Best compact bread maker machine. The Zojirushi Home Bakery Mini takes up less countertop and cabinet space without sacrificing bread quality. Even in its smaller form, it still offers many different settings for a variety of bread styles, like quick baking and French bread, making it both convenient and versatile. What we liked: this was the smallest bread machine we tested, and we appreciated how lightweight and portable it was without sacrificing bread quality. It baked well-proved white bread and rye loaves with soft, tender crumbs. The machine had a simple display and easy menu navigation too. What we didn't like: this was the only machine tested that produced a lumpy, under-risen loaf, but after retesting the recipe, the next one turned out great. It did take longer to fully incorporate all of the dry ingredients, but not as long as some other models tested. Number 4. Breville Custom Loaf Bread Maker. Best customizable bread maker machine. This bread machine can make 4 different sized loaves, and it can also mix up dough, pizza dough, and jam. It has a truly easy-to-use interface, and we thought it was a great price considering all its bells and whistles. What we liked: this bread machine has an impressive 9 settings, 13 if you count all the different types of dough it can churn out, including focaccia and hamburger buns. Most bread machines offer some customization on the loaf doneness, but the Breville also allows you to choose between 4 different sizes. There are some luxe, flashy features like a delay start and keep warm function. It was super easy to browse through and select the different settings. The cinnamon bread was tasty, with well-dispersed raisins. Cleanup was easy because there was very little dough stuck to the pan, and mixing paddle, a sign of properly mixed bread. What we didn't like: the loaf of white bread looked golden brown and promising when baking, but it deflated considerably after removing it from the pan. As we noted, these issues can often be fixed with further trial and error. Number 5. Amazon Basics Programmable Bread Maker. Best value bread maker machine. With this Amazon Basics bread machine, you get a considerably large set of functions for a comparatively small price. It can create everything from gluten-free bread to a French loaf. We liked the vast array of settings for specialty loaves like whole wheat and quick breads, and the small size option for a 1.5-pound life. You can even customize the darkness of the crust. Beyond bread, this machine can also churn out cake, jam, and yogurt. We liked the compact construction Compared to several other machines we tested, this one tucks away more easily when not in use. The variety of settings are very beginner-friendly and convenient, but we wish they were a little more accurate. Our test banana bread, for example, needed 20 extra minutes of baking beyond the set time. However, the color and texture were great once the loaf was finished. What we liked, keep your bread warm or whip up a batch of yogurt with this Lopez bread machine. What we didn't like, the timing on some of the settings was unreliable. Number 6. Panasonic bread machine. Best automatic bread maker machine. Knowing that Panasonic brought out the first self-contained bread machine for home use in Japan in 1986, I had high hopes for this machine when making bread in it for the first time. Sadly, my first attempt was a complete flop. I loaded my ingredients and waited patiently for 4 hours for the basic bread setting to produce the goods, only to find that it came out uncooked and in much the same form as I had loaded the ingredients. After a bit of troubleshooting, I realized I hadn't put the bread pan in correctly. There's a knack to it whereby you need to push down the bread pan, twist, and lock it into place before turning the machine on. My second attempt was much more successful, as it's easy when you know how. There are 20 preset modes here. The latest SkyArt 2000 550 UK version has 31, although I was happy with just 4 as my go-to, including the basic option, a French, brioche, and the sourdough setting. The set comes with useful accessories such as a specific spoon and cup to make a sourdough starter. With 3 loaf sizes, 3 crust color settings, and a fruit and nut dispenser, it is flexible. Unlike the shiny LCD display of the Breville, reviewed below, the control panel on this model is basic and there's no viewing window to snoop in on your bread. But simplicity works well here. The machine is easy to navigate, looks stylish on the countertop, and produces great results. Number 7. Oster Express Bake Bread Maker. Most versatile bread maker machine. The Oster Express Bake has a lot to offer for a median price tag. Several of the models here include an express cycle, and Oster's cycle is one of the quickest, whipping up a basic loaf of bread in just an hour. Loaves baked in the express mode tend to be denser, as the rising and proofing time is typically diminished. The loaf I made on the basic cycle achieved a nice rise and a flaky crust. The Oster model is the only option on this list under $150, 0 cents, that includes the fruit and nut dispenser, which means you really can set it and forget it, even for more complicated recipes. In addition to the bread, dough, and jam settings, the Oster Express Bake even includes settings for oatmeal and yogurt, in which the machine masquerades as an instant pot for low and slow cooking. Anyone can do overnight oats in the fridge, but warm overnight oats are decidedly delicious. In terms of size, it is the second smallest model available. The only limitation of the Oster compared to most other machines on this list is that its display doesn't show you what stage the bread in progress is in, although that's a feature that satisfies curiosity more than it affects performance, and the countdown timer lets you know when your bread will be ready,